Isolation Nation, welcome back to the Social Distancing Social Club. I am your host, Chris Bowers, and I'm very excited.
Wait.
Eat hot dogs for 24 hours? No,
you're a different person.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, I'm sorry. I am your host, Steve Hofstetter. I have shaved my head and pubes and excited to be here with you.
Nope, you're Bowers. Never mind. Go back.
I feel like I lost weight overnight. I'm pretty happy with this being me. Let's just switch our lives this whole time.
This is Ben Glebe, everybody. Turns out it was my 2-year anniversary yesterday, and turns out my girlfriend wasn't exactly pleased that I didn't hardcore remember that. So there's that fact. She did tip me during the show, which is exciting. That's the only tip that was involved in the entire day yesterday. For being with us. It is now my excitement and thrill to turn it over to my doppelganger, Steve Hofstetter, everybody.
Wow, it's so good to be here, everyone. Apparently today I am Ben Glebe. So it is good to be here. And because I'm Ben, let me just show you. So I have this, because I have to be Ben. So I have a random fucking figurine here. Had this for a different joke, but apparently I'm going to use it right now, since he actually looks kind of like me.
I like that a lot.
It's right there.
Hi, everybody. I'm disappointed. I wish you would have committed and worn a yellow shirt. Other than that, red hair.
God damn, I don't have a yellow shirt. Yeah, this is from when my siblings and I were kids. It was a hat, but we ripped off the bill of it to make it me, because there are no redheaded figures. Okay, anyway, it's good to see everybody. Thanks for coming here. If you want to support the show, as always, you can Venmo top right of the screen. You could PayPal laughfromhome.com, or you could super chat. That is the way you send messages to us that we read on the air, and we're happy to see everybody here. And with that, of course, our third host. I think he's also Chris Bowers. Ladies and gentlemen, also Chris Bowers.
Thank you. Hey, I'm okay. I didn't do it. So there we go. Hey, what's up? It is Casual Wednesday. I'm actually in just a light jacket, not a tuxedo jacket today. I'm excited to have a great show. We're fired up. I've got 2 great comics I'll talk about here in a little bit. So I'm excited, but I do want to introduce right now the fourth leg of the team. Give it up for Queen Rachel's here. Queen Rachel, how you doing?
Queen.
Yes, Queen Rachel.
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Fresh from stealing my dog.
Still have your dog. I still have your dog.
How do you have the same dog as I had? This is the weirdest.
I know. They need to meet.
Absolutely. We'll put face masks on them. We'll have them 6 feet apart. It'll be great. The 6-foot leash law. It works out.
Exactly. We did have an overnight game, guys. The overnight game is just done by the fans. They just do a hashtag and then SDSC game. And last night's was come up by Ashley Janine. Came up with it was quarantine soft confession. So last night at the end of the show, Ben was making fun of me for just admitting things under my breath, hoping no one will hear them. So they're out in the world. So there were a couple. Ashley had a good one. There are 2 good Ben ones. Ashley had one that said, I make my girlfriend stand off camera and hand me things. It's a Ben Glebe soft confession. I also liked Carol Layton said, I have the Ark of the Covenant around here somewhere. I thought that was a solid soft confession from Ben. Then Jeremy Day had two that I liked. One was for Steve. I've dyed my hair red since I was a child. But that was a funny soft confession. And then mine was from Jeremy Day was, I don't even like hot dogs, which once I lived among them, I have trouble eating hot dogs to this day. So Ben, or actually Steve, did you have a favorite one you saw on the thing? And then we'll get to Ben and he'll give us his, and then we'll go to the game.
I did. As unlikely as you not liking hot dogs, mine was from Ashley Janine, and mine was, I actually like Air Canada, which is a sentence I had trouble even saying just now. That was, I had to kind of choke it back a little bit. Here, I'll make him say it. I actually like Air Canada. You know what? He can't even do it. Fuck Air Canada, always and forever.
Also, they're going to cut that little tidbit out and make that as one of their ads for Air Canada from now on. So it's going to fuck you over. It's going to be
fuck Air Canada.
I also love how Bowers does another thing. Bowers does another thing I'm starting to realize, where aside from his whispered soft confessions, he basically directs the show like he's a technical director in a studio, but out loud with his external voice. He's like, we're gonna go see for his response. We're gonna go back. His response, gonna cover response. Then we're gonna go to our guest in a few minutes. That's what you're saying. It's supposed to be in a booth to a cameraman. Take camera 2, take camera 1, and take camera 2.
Well, in Bauer's defense on this, by the way, we need a fucking producer. So that said, we're happy to have direction when sometimes people might go overboard with a bit. I don't know when that happens, but in case that happens, it's nice to have someone to, yeah.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like camera 2 to go on Ben right now, and then Ben, if you could explain the game from your other angle of camera 2 that I'm switching to right now, explain today's game, and then introduce our special guest. How about that? And go.
I'm excited to do that. So we have here today, I'm very excited. Oh yeah, the game first, sorry. The game today, it's one we're very excited about because sure, we are known for our hot dog jokes and our penis jokes, and sometimes they are one and the same. But we also are students of history here at SDSC, and we want to honor the historical figures that have brought us to this incredibly fucked up place in our lives where we are all quarantined with no end in sight and don't know what's happening, nor do any of our leaders. So today's game is Food a Historical Figure. Turn a historical figure into a food name. So
Can
example.
we have...
Yeah, please, examples.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was trying to. Can we have an example on camera 2?
Jane Fondue.
It's the nice.
Jane Fondue is great.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Yeah, daughter of Peter Fondue, right?
Yes.
Or like George washing tons of hot dogs down my system. I'm Chris Bowers.
Yeah. I was gonna go in a, you can go the traditional direction, like Alexander Ham Sandwichelton, or you can go a little unorthodox, like matzo ball Hitler, because that's just something he would hate. So.
I like that. Yeah, they don't have to be puns. They can just be great slams at anti-Semitic historical figures from the past. There's a lot of ways to go.
Yeah, like whether an anti-Semitic historical figure, whether that is Adolf Hitler or Bill de Blasio, like whoever it might be.
Yes. Wow, I didn't even know he was anti-Semitic. Isn't he Jewish? He seems Jewish.
He tweeted last night, a thing telling the Jewish community of New York to start obeying social distancing rules, specifically to the Jewish community. Now, what he meant was one specific synagogue, a Hasidic synagogue in Williamsburg. That is what he meant. But instead he said the Jewish community in New York, because he doesn't know the difference. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, super great. Screeching halt. Point is, asshole, we're going to move on. He's an asshole.
Love it. That's why I ran against him. Anyway, it is time now to introduce, this is an exciting moment for all of us alive, living in this quarantine era, to bring our celebrity guest in to join us today. You know her from Girl Code on MTV. She is the host of the Sharp Tongue podcast. I will be on it soon. She is also an Alzheimer's advocate, and perhaps most excitingly, she is high right now. Please welcome Jessimae Peluso, everybody.
I got weed and wine. I'm ready for a good time with you folks.
Yes.
What does that say on that bag?
It says Farmer and the Felon. Actually, this is a really cool bag. A little shameless plug to my friends. They support the Last Prisoner Project, which is helping getting people out of jail for holding and containing and anything referring to marijuana and cannabis. So
that's cool.
Which I appreciate, Jesse, because as a frequent consumer myself,
are you?
I smoked for the first time last week. I've done one time ever.
We raised a bunch of money for out of one week. Doug Benson came on, and we got.
Yeah, I did a weed.
Incredibly blazed. He was high for about 40 hours. It was incredible.
That's his average. That's his MO.
Yeah.
Yes, it was pretty awesome. My computer is about to die in about 10 seconds, so forgive me. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I plug in because I'm on the webcam for the first time. Hopefully I'll look great. Let me know.
apparently I need to be in the pre-production meeting where I tell Ben he's to charge his fucking computer up.
I'm plugged in.
All right, good job. Sorry if I'm overbearing. Ben, could you plug in your computer, please, before we start the show? Thank you. Okay.
Jessimae, what was your first time getting highlight? Do you remember it?
Yeah, we were hotboxing a Geo Tracker in high school. Those little teeny ass Jeeps. I didn't put the blunt to my mouth, but when you hotbox in close proximity, you're obviously going to get stoned.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I'm well familiar.
Yeah, we got very, very stoned. And then we just drove through the McDonald's drive-thru like 6 times.
Forgetting to order each time or just ordering more?
Ordering more, just driving the people insane there. But they laughed eventually. Like after the 4th time, it was funny. And then they shut the windows on us and we went home.
That is awesome.
We're also trying to figure out, by the way, we're not streaming on Facebook right now, so we're trying to figure that out. So just a heads up, I'm going to be quiet from here on out. Go for it.
Okay. Well, why don't we introduce some comics while we're doing that, and then we'll come back and introduce Jessimae in just a second. I'm going to do some comics, and then Steve can introduce the audience, and then we'll get rolling from there. So right now, I've got 2 great comics coming up today. You're going to have a great time. First, we have Jay Hollingsworth. Say hi, Big Jay.
Hey, how are you?
Great sentence, Jay. Okay, Katrina Davis is also here. Katrina Davis, say hello.
I think, by the way, this new idea that Bowers had about telling comedians to say a sentence, I think you might need to tell them a little more than that because everyone's confused. Everyone is confused.
It's fine. I'd say the second person usually figures it out, and whatever. So, Katrina, hello. Say hello.
Hi, I can't stop thinking about Jane Fondue.
There you go. She's not covered in cheese. Okay, cool. And then Steve, can you introduce our crowd, and then we'll get this show rolling, everybody.
Yes, I can. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very happy to have a whole bunch of people here with us. As always, we have... Hold on a second. Remember the point where I said I'm dealing with technical difficulties? But yeah, let's introduce. Okay, so we have Lindsay Ferguson. We have Tiffany. We have Lena. We have Z Bunster. We have the Bunst. We have Kristen. We've got Jessica. We've got more coming in at the same time, which makes this very difficult because the list keeps changing. If I didn't say hi to you, I'm so sorry. But we have Zara, and I think that's everybody. Okay, thank you for joining us all. I'm going to go back to exactly what I said I was doing when I said I couldn't participate.
Hey, sometimes things happen in live TV or live internet or whatever the hell we're calling this hybrid between internet and streaming. I don't know
if Bowers really wants this to be TV for his career.
Wait, hold on, guys, wait here, hold on. I'll do the tech stuff, but I have a stand-in. If you guys could just, he'll just talk on my behalf if that's cool.
I love that his arms are crossed. How hilarious is that? That's the perfect Steve pose of, well, actually.
Well, it's not only that, but wait here. Bowers, try to say something to me.
I think you're really cool. No, you're not. Okay, good. I did it. Tricking his own joke. All right. So we're gonna have a great show. We're fired up. Jessimae, how are you doing right now in the quarantine? You killing it? You're smoking weed, you're drinking wine. I like that. I'm partying a little bit myself. I like anybody who can still party through this and isn't all scared. It's like, who knows how long this is going to last? Let's drink through it, right?
Yeah,
try to make the question longer, Bowers.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't know when it's going to end.
Just after the quarantine, actually.
I survived the quarantine and the question. The question was much longer, confusing, and made me feel sick to my stomach. I'm just kidding. I've been loving it. I'm sure Ben is enjoying it a little bit as well. Being on the road so much, it's kind of nice to be in one place for a while and, get fat in your fupa. Like, I'm growing a little fupa and I'm kind of enjoying it. Tuck it in my sweatpants and I'm still cute. Lipstick, that's all you need. If you have a fupa and lipstick, you're still gonna get fucked,
Now, do you put lipstick on the fupa, or you're just saying on your lips?
You know I do, Hofstetter. You know I do. I'm going to draw little glasses on it in honor of you tonight. How about that?
I just want to draw it correctly. If I'm going to do it on mine, I need to, I'm learning. I'm new to pot. I'm new to fupas. I got to learn.
Slow memoir title new to Fupas. Bye.
By the way, that is my favorite dating site.
Fupasonly.com. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I consider them fine upper pussy areas. That's what.
Yeah. I thought the F stood for fun. So I'm with you. Absolutely.
It's faithful. It's a faithful upper pussy area.
Yeah. It's got to be. It has no options. So.
When are we storming fine upper pussy area 51? Are we organizing?
Area. That's like, that's like aunt area. That's like day drinking aunt area. She's 51. She's got a fupa. She's maxed out her Marshall's credit card and she's DTF.
Down to find discounts when Marshall's reopens.
Yes.
Are you a bargain shopper, Jessimae? Do you like to go out and shop?
I don't like to go out and shop, but I love a deal. I love a steal. I love a deal. I love to save money. I love to find coupon codes. If you have a store and you're online shopping, hit up your girl. I'll send you a coupon code. Like the past week, I've been saving 20, 30%, sometimes 100%, but that's just because I'm stealing eggs from the grocery store. But, girls got to survive. All of my eggs are dry.
How do you steal eggs from a grocery store? It seems like the hardest thing to hide in your pants, don't you think?
Right.
It's easy. All you have to have is a plastic bag or a loose pussy, and they'll be fine.
Now, do you draw lipstick on the loose pussy, or? I'm just trying to learn, Jessimae. I'm just trying to learn.
The lips match. Did you just ask her if the lips match the lips, Steve? Is that what you just asked her? That's a totally rude question. I don't think you could ask that question.
I did not ask that. I asked for beauty tips, is what I
And
asked.
also, it might have been a rude question, but at least it was very short.
Yes.
Hold on. I'll show you the difference here. Wait. This is Bowers' question. This is my question. That's the difference right there.
I do not see Bowers smiling at this. I'm more so
No. No. Bowers is not happy.
You know what? Here's what happens. In pre-production meetings, Steve says to me, we got to produce the show. We got to fucking keep this going. I can't be the only guy that tells people what to do all the goddamn time because then the show goes fucking too long and I go, okay, I'll try. And then when I do, I get fucking yelled at. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I defended you for it. I agreed that was the right thing to do.
I waited for Ben to ask her Jessimae a question because he's supposed to ask the questions. But I guess he didn't. So I asked one. I'm not good at questions. Obviously, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, you're also not good at wireless headphones because you now sound like a robot. But
crazy,
Glebe.
Let me just say this. Steve did defend you on the producing of the show live, and I stand corrected and my apologies. But I do think it's funny that then 1 minute later, your approach to shortening the show is very long questions.
Well, no, but here's why, Ben. The longer question you ask, the less the guest is going to participate, and thus shortens the show. So he's playing the long game to shorten. That's the way this works. Okay, with that, it is time to introduce a comedian. Normally Bowers does that, but I think I'm gonna have to handle that real quick because we're experiencing some audio difficulties. Or Bowers left to come to my house and murder me. I'm not sure which happened. Just a heads up, Bowers, you live closer to Ben. If you want to take him out first, that would okay. So
Man,
with that,
to death by hot dog.
A great
hot dog owns comedian. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, this next comic, just so funny. One of my favorites. Been working with him for years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incredibly talented. Oh, and one of the winners of the Friendly Shoulder Grant that you guys saw on this show.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incredibly talented Mr. Jay Hollingsworth. Everybody, Jay Hollingsworth.
What's up, guys? What's up? Notice no cord. Yeah. Oh, I got two president ones, and I got to say, I wanted to wait so that I would get total attention. Baraka Lamb. Or
Nice.
Fucking boo. Trump roast. Fucking Trump roast. You missed that one.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
So I started comedy in Boston, and I was in Seattle for a while. Then I moved to LA, and they always talk about when you move to LA, you hope for your big Hollywood break, right? So I was going to tell you the story about the time I got my Hollywood break. I just get to LA. I get an email from my manager on a Thursday at midnight. All it said was, "Hey, call me immediately, urgent. Doesn't matter how late." So I call him. I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Hey, I'm submitting you for a role on the TV show Two Broke Girls." So I was like, "Awesome." He goes, "Yeah, we're going to submit you as a love interest." I go, "Even better." I go, "Is it for Kat Denning or is it for the blonde girl?" And he goes, "No, it'd be for Patrick." And I was like, "Did you say Patricia?" I don't know why I'm not even using this like if it was a mic, so I'm going to get rid of that. He's like, "For Patrick." I was like, "Did you say Patricia?" He goes, "No, it's definitely a dude, definitely Patrick." And I was like, "Oh boy." I was like, "All right." I tell him, I go, "That's fine. You know what? Submit me for Patrick's love interest." He goes, "Well, hold on. I got to ask you one other thing." I said, "All right, what's that?" He goes, "How do you feel about kissing a man on national TV?" I told him, I go, "This is how all the Hollywood stories start." Usually starts with some guy going, "Hey, how do you feel about kissing a guy?" Then, "Hey, how do you feel about kissing this dick?" And it just fucking escalates from there, you know? But again, most of the stuff you go out for, you don't get. So I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to get it anyways. Go ahead, submit me for Patrick's love interest. The next day, I get an email. "Call me immediately. They want you to come in." And I was like, fuck, I hope that doesn't mean Patrick, right? So I call him. I go, "What's up?" He goes, "You got it. You got the role. They want you on set right now." So I was like, all right, text me the address. So I'm driving to the set of Two Broke Girls, and I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, I'm about to fucking make out with a dude. Like, I've never kissed a guy sober, you know? And here's the thing, like, I'm not gay, but I'm still a guy, so I'm like competitive, you know? So the whole way there, I'm just going, all right, I'm not going to be the one they say was the bad kisser. So I just start putting chapstick on and popping Tic Tacs like a dummy, you know? And then the other thing, I don't know where this came from, but as I'm driving there, I just start going, please God, let this guy that I have to kiss, please let him be like a really effeminate gay dude. I don't know why, like, I wanted that. Like, oh, I hope he has blue eyes and we have a lot in common. Like I'm on a fucking blind date. But I finally get to the set. I get to the set and they go, "This is Patrick." And it's like looking in a fucking mirror. This dude is 6'5", 340 pounds. He's bald, huge beard. He's all tatted up. Like he looks like an axe murderer. And he's straight. He's straight too. So they go, "This is Patrick." And I go, "Are you the dude I'm making out with?" And he just goes, "Yeah." It's like, all right, fucking easy, man. Then he says to me, he goes, "Hey man, I should apologize to you. I wasn't thinking, but I've been drinking coffee all morning." I'm like, dude, you do realize, like, I'm not looking for sparks from this. Like, I'm really just trying to fucking get through this, you know? So now we're about to film the scene. And here's the thing is, like, I'm a comic. I'm not an actor. So in my head, I'm like, well, shit, what's a TV kiss? What does that mean? Like, is it just that your lips touch or is it that your mouth's open but no tongue? I have no idea. And as I'm going through the scenarios, all of a sudden, out of my ear, I just hear, "Action!" And this fucking mutant just grabs me, and I'm just like, "Wah!" And then he's right here. He's fucking right here, taking up real estate, right? And it was the first time I ever felt whiskers on my lips other than my own, which was so fucking uncomfortable. But it did tickle a little bit at first, you know? And what's happening in this scene is me and Patrick are like in the middle of this embrace. And then the blonde girl from Two Broke Girls, she walks in and then we stop and then they have dialogue, right? So like the first two takes as they're talking, I'm just kind of like watching them talk. I don't really know what I'm doing. So by the third take in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm on a major TV show now. I guess I'm an actor. I should act. So I was like, so what would I do? Like if I was gay and this was like, you know, like my boyfriend. So the third take, I just start like rubbing his belly, you know. Fuck. I think I'd do that if I was gay. Fuck, I don't know. I'm an affectionate guy, you know. Fourth take, I don't know why I did this. I just started doing circles around his nipple for some fucking reason. And then the director goes, "Cut," and Patrick goes, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing to my nipple, man?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm fucking fucking acting. I'm trying to act. I'm a method actor. Let me suck your dick. Like, I don't know what I'm doing now. But the whole cast and crew, like, they're unbelievably nice. They make you feel like you're the star of the show, even if you're just making out with a bear. And it's a weird thing to be your big break. But if you want to see the episode we filmed this for, it's the season finale. You got to go like 10 minutes into the episode and then look for the part that doesn't fucking exist. They cut my goddamn scene. I made out with a dude for nothing. And then I started thinking about it afterwards. I was like, it sucks they cut that scene, but like, if I was to take one thing from that, like, all things considered, like, that was the smoothest first kiss I've ever had with anybody, like, ever. Like, he took control. We knew, you know. I started thinking about afterwards. I was like, maybe that's what gay is. Maybe it's not a sexual thing. Maybe it's just so much easier with someone that's like you, you know. Like, if those are my two options, like option one over here, I have some frumpy guy named Bob that's hairy and he sweats for no reason, but he likes the Red Sox and video games. Or over here, I have a hot 21-year-old blonde chick with huge tits and a nice ass, but she talks. You know, Jesus. Like, I don't know, Bob. You got some there? Let's fucking make it work. I don't even know I'm my time. I'm going to tell this other part of the story. I also got a role in a horror movie. I don't even know what happened to this. I don't know if it went straight to DVD or straight to the trash, but I played a demon statue in hell that comes to life, and I swing an axe at a girl's head, another big break. So I go in for this makeup test. 3 hours, they put this statue makeup on my face, and then the director and the producer, they kind of look at me, and then they whisper, and then the director, he says to me, he goes, hey, so we were talking, and we're thinking in the movie, we may have you go shirtless. And I said to the guy, I was like, shirtless? Like, dude, like, I don't even fuck shirtless, you know? Like, yuck, fucking gross. Kill my own boner if I go shirtless, you know? Like that's the last thing your girl would ever want to see is just me on top of her huffing and puffing and sweating and my tits in between hers like some fucking weird Newton's cradle, you know? I told the guys, like, this will definitely be a horror movie if you have me go shirtless. It'll be fucking terrifying. I think that's my time. My time. I'm Big Irish Jay. Thank you, everybody.
Everybody. And we finally got back up on Facebook, which we appreciate. Sorry for the stream troubles today. So that said, if you want to throw a tip into Jay, you could do that. You could do that at the top right of the screen. You could Venmo, you could PayPal at laughfromhome.com, or you could super chat on YouTube. And if we could just take a second real quick and just go. By the way, Jay, your camera is totally still on. We're all seeing that.
I know. I'm trying to switch.
Okay, just making sure. If we could also, speaking of cameras, if we could just go to Jessica in our front row for a second, because Jessica made hot dog bowers.
Wow.
Incredible.
Amazing. That is amazing.
Not only that, but added the jacket to it, like it matches. That's like Chef Hot Dog Bowers. A tie.
Pretty damn incredible.
No, I love the green line on the hat, which was the Jaeger hat. That's perfect. That looks great, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, nicely done, Jessica. That's awesome.
Also, I just wanted to point something out to Jay. When you get cut out of a TV show, you still get paid. So you said you made out with a dude for nothing, but you actually made out with a dude for $1,000.
Yes, I know. Thank you for pointing out I'm gay for pay.
That's right. Yeah.
My favorite part of the story was when he said, is it with Kat Denning or the other one? And then later he said, the blonde from 2.5 or 2 Broke Girls, like you didn't ever learn her name. That's hilarious.
I mean, it was only one day. I was there only one day and they fucking cut me, so fuck it.
Well, you didn't know they cut you before you didn't learn her name. That was later.
I just like the idea that he's like, well, I gotta know Patrick's name. I mean, I'm gonna make out with Patrick.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, not even joking. Not even joking. This guy, his last name, his full name is Patrick Cox.
Peacocks. Love that.
Pat Cox.
Pat Cox. Yeah.
That's what you got paid to do. You got paid to Pat Cox.
And on the show.
Job description. Yeah.
Jessimae, have you ever had a weird gig that you wouldn't have loved to do or didn't love?
Well, on the subject, one of the gigs I did early on in my career, bar gigs in New York City, and it was like, I don't know, $200 for the gig, and I show up, do the 15-minute set, and the guy's like, well, I don't have any money, but we have hot dogs. And I was just like,
I'm in all day. That sounds great.
I can't pay rent with hot dogs.
Yeah, you live in the wrong place. You live in my house, you totally can pay rent with hot dogs for sure.
Which, by the way, Jessimae, the second someone offered you $200 to do a bar gig for 15 minutes in New York, you should have known you were getting paid with hot dogs. Like, there's no fucking way.
I know, but it depends on the type of bar. If you're in that sweet Chitlin circuit, you made some good money. You made some sweet money.
So you were offered $200 in hot dogs? That's a lot of hot dogs.
I wish it was $200 in hot dogs.
Bowers and I were playing a game when we were in Vegas. We went to one of the buffets, and the game was basically like, it's like $60 to go to this buffet. It's the super fancy one at Caesars. And so we were trying to play the game of like, how much of each food is worth the money for this buffet? Like, if you were going to get your $60 worth and you were going to eat mashed potatoes versus you were going to eat, like, filet mignon, like, how many fucking plates of potatoes would you have to get?
Steve,
well, the answer is 9, because the reason this happened, I took edibles too many before we went, and the mashed potatoes were so great. As the first thing I got, I literally ate only mashed potatoes at the Caesar buffet for an hour and 15 minutes. I had like 11 plates of mashed potatoes. They were amazing. But I didn't eat any steak or fish or anything. I just ate the potatoes because I'm an idiot.
That's insane. But the game that Steve is describing, figuring out how many plates it takes to make your money back on the buffet, is just colloquially known as being Jewish. And also,
I'm sorry, Mayor de Blasio. I didn't realize that. I knew you ran for president, but I didn't realize that you two were the same guy.
Okay, Steve, if you can please observe social distancing rules, that would be great.
I'll tell my people. We all have meetings that we discuss this stuff with.
Should we flash a graphic right now that says Ben's Jewish in all capital letters? Just
I'm Jewish.
Ben is Jewish. Just for everyone that knows, Ben is a Jewish person when he says that joke. But okay.
Thank you.
I laughed at it. I shouldn't have laughed at it.
You shouldn't laugh at it. We get Byron saying Bauer's not Jewish?
I'm not Jewish. I'm Irish, so we laugh at everything because we're drunk.
I have mentioned that today is my first show with my new HD webcam, and it keeps spotlighting me. And can I just say, I do not like how I look in HD. Oh my God.
You look nice.
I think you look great. Yeah, you look great, man.
You know what
better than you've ever looked on this show.
What?
You look. You know what you don't look? Presidential.
Now,
Jessimae.
Oh, no.
Want a fucking hat.
Now, Jess, you can't have one. He only has one. But Jessimae, the thing is, and I can say this as the campaign's press secretary, the problem that we had on the campaign was that voters agreed. So
I looked presidential as fuck during that campaign. I was wearing suits every day, shirts with the collar undone, Gavin Newsom style. I was ready to
but Ben,
rule
you
fashion.
didn't look like you were about to die, and apparently that's what you need to look like to look presidential.
Yeah,
you need to look like any speech could be your last one.
Or you can't speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. It's crazy how like most of our recent presidents can't put together a sentence. No. I mean, George W. Bush, Trump, Reagan, so many of our presidents, George Bush the first, they all have trouble with even forming a full sentence.
What did those presidents have in common that you just named?
Well, Reagan was a good speaker until his memory went. He was, the last couple of years, he was bad. Reagan was a good speaker. That's why he won. I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
until his memory went during the last few years running the world, he was, well, I can't exactly remember where this speech started. He went that. Wouldn't call that exactly Martin Luther King Jr. quality oration.
No, I agree.
Go ahead, Ben. You go ahead, Bowers.
I was just saying, I agree in the beginning, but in the beginning he was better at it. He was not a bad speaker until he got sick. But
yeah, which is why we need a law that says presidents have an age ceiling, like, I don't know, 17 years old. I think you should be able to be president like between 15 and 17. So you get really the angstiest presidents. I think that would be a fun way to go.
Yes, emo president.
You get someone who would just be like, "Oh, Iran, you're not listening. Iran doesn't respect me. I'm leaving."
Did you ever see the emo Obama picture? There's a pretty fun one that probably Hofstetter can get in his backdrop within 4 seconds. Emo Obama is pretty hilarious.
I can get an Emo Phillips one.
Do we have any tips to catch up on while Steve is researching?
We do. Yeah, we've got some tips and some generals coming in. So we had Heather Scott tip Jay $5 and said, I stopped watching Two Broke Girls too early, clearly.
Well, if you had watched for longer, you still couldn't have seen his scene.
We've got Lena Sutherland tipped $5. Jay, that was a fantastic set. Thanks for the laughs. We had Dana, so Z Bunster in our live audience, tipped Jay $20. Thanks for the acting tips, Jay.
Nice.
Z.
Oh, you guys are nice.
Hello. Nice to see you in person, by the way. It's real nice to meet you, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to see y'all.
Thank you so much for your support of the show. You've been incredible to us.
Well, you guys have been incredible to me, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Dana. We've got Jennifer tipped $5. I've never kissed a dude sober either. Not gay. I'm just drunk a lot. We have some generals. So Savannah Martin's Venmoed $10 and said, come for Bowers, get hit. That's all.
You got your bodyguard. You got your bodyguard working.
She's protecting me.
We've
I like
got
it.
Kara the Lioness, $2. The No Pants Social Club is on hashtag Team Bowers. Love you, Chris.
Hey, see?
Yeah, and by the way, if you could
by the way, I went and got new headphones and a bottle of whiskey because you motherfuckers are making me drink today. So I'm doing shots instead of beer. So let's fucking go.
Oh, we're making you drink.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just a heads up, I found it. Is this the one you were talking about? Emo Obama?
Yes, it is. I love that.
Emo Obama. Nice.
Kind of looks like Sinatra.
Last one is Psycho Chicken. I don't know if you want to do it, Steve, but he sent a fuck, marry, kill.
What is it? We're phasing these out.
That's what I told him. So,
but hold on a second.
Get the memo.
If we're gonna do it, can Jessimae play as well? If you're comfortable, Jessimae.
Absolutely.
I'm all about a fuck, marry, kill. Let's do it.
All right. Great.
All right.
Okay.
Jessimae will take it.
Okay, so we've got fuck, marry, kill. Grover, Oscar the Grouch, or Telly Monster.
Like Teletubby?
Who the fuck is Telly Monster?
I don't know who Telly Monster is.
Who sent this in? A 4-year-old?
I'm looking this up.
4-year-olds love fuck, marry, kill. They're having to grow up a lot faster these days in quarantine.
Yeah.
First of all, who's fucking puppets?
This
Second
is Telly Monster.
What?
What's a Telly Monster?
Is this guy?
Thing.
Oh, he's so cute. I'm going to marry him because he's insecure and he'll be easy to manipulate. I'm going to fuck Grover because I think his anger would be good fodder for sexual tension.
Yes.
Nice.
You're almost dressed like Grover right now.
I know. I am. Is Grover, wasn't he grumpy?
No, Oscar
Grumpy
the Grouch
and he's
is grumpy.
was
It's right
the
in his name.
Oh, is he an option?
Yes. That was
Okay,
one
so
of
I'm
the
They're all in there.
I'm gonna fuck Oscar and then I'll kill Grover, because he's useless. We'll just do that. But I feel terrible murdering Jim Henson's, dream manifestations, but somebody's got to do it.
I also feel like Jessimae just gave us an eerie window into her dating life.
Yes.
Like that was like all right, I'm gonna marry the one who's most easy to manipulate, and I'm gonna fuck the angry one. Like that was
and then kill the one because he's not worth anything. Okay.
Yeah, he's useless. Useless. Get him out of my life.
Because he's poor. Okay.
Are you quarantined by yourself, or are you with a dude? What's your setup?
I have 4 prisoners in my extra room that I've chained to the bed. No, I'm with my man. He's not here now. He's working. He's an essential worker. But I have dogs who are. I have 3 dogs that I have decided to live my life with.
Love that.
It's a lot of animals.
What does your man do?
He's a builder. He builds homes. He's working on a huge home in Bel Air.
I love that. That's essential during a quarantine.
I know. That's what I said. I was like, why is this big ass house essential? I didn't understand it either. He should be home building his pussy.
Yeah. Is it under construction right now, or?
Always, honey. At 37, shit is always, the pipes are busted. Okay, I don't care how many Kegels or weighted squats you're doing with your pussy hole. Things are always, it's a eternal pothole. There's not enough cement to fix.
Now, do you have a construction loan on it? Is it a 10-year fix? Does it roll over? What's the financing?
No, there's no loan. It's all under the table. It's all of my dad's like Italian friends who are on furlough who need an extra $1 coming over here and putting orange cones around my butthole to fix my pussy.
You know what? That was my fault for trying to take the metaphor further. That one's mine. I was like, hey, let me ask a simple question that I didn't think she would answer, and it got worse, and that one's on me.
I think it got better. I like the orange cones around her butthole. That's a fun visual for me. I'm assuming that Ben has a bunch of tiny orange cones in his office right now. He can set up his own butthole.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I feel like also, I love Chris's jacket. Your jacket. I'm a big fan of jackets. I feel like I could get a really good AT&T unauthorized deal from you. You look like an unauthorized cell phone dealer.
Oh yes, my friend, you can totally do that. And this also gets a Wi-Fi signal. This gets a Wi-Fi signal, so actually you don't even need a modem if you have this jacket on. It's great.
And you could also, if you have any leftovers, you could use it to wrap them. So that's positive too.
Yo, I am too stoned for that doll. I was like,
what? That is kind of freaky.
It's because you have it proportionate almost.
Look, I was just trying to have hair again. That was my goal on this.
Let it go, Steve.
It's taken too long. Well, no, it's growing back, Jessimae. I shaved it. I didn't lose it.
Did you go to a shaman to get it to come back?
No,
Is there like rooster semen on it? Is it some weird like?
Jesse, I think it's really creepy that you know my beauty regimen. I think that
rooster semen seems based in fact. Like the rooster semen must be a real thing people do. Is that real, Jessimae?
Or somebody has to report Jessimae's shaman to the authorities.
Yeah.
That's what I get for getting my shaman from Skid Row.
Yeah, it's also great that your boyfriend is working building a house so that you guys can afford a shaman. It's just
it's
the perfect
necessities.
It is.
You need a shaman, okay?
You think this rooster semen comes cheap, motherfuckers? This is expensive rooster semen.
Harvesting is difficult.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find any shaman at the grocery store in like 6 weeks.
That's because you walk in
Jesus,
and that jacket reflects everyone away.
Oh, fuck you. That's the greatest pun in the history of this show.
No, that was, I acknowledged it. No one else got it. I thought that was great.
I missed it entirely.
I love shaman extra soft, and it's out of the grocery store. Anyway, it was a toilet paper joke. And
I don't know.
I get it.
I get it now. So
yeah.
I like it and I appreciate it, much like I appreciate you, Bowers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just had a terrible visual of how Steve's hair regimen must go in the morning. He probably goes out into the backyard to his roosters and jacks them off until they give him some hair gel, and he gets the gel when they go.
Yeah.
And the rest of the neighborhood wakes up, so it's perfect timing.
I think my hair clearly has rooster semen in it. If you look at that, like I'm definitely rocking a rooster something right there. Like that's rooster semen all day.
So,
right?
Am I going to be the only one here that acknowledges that a rooster is also called a cock for this joke? Did no one else? We've been talking about rooster semen for that. All right, you know what? We'll go with the toilet paper pun. My apologies.
We're not doing that salacious humor here, Steve Hossetter.
Yeah, you know what?
Dirty fucking mind to yourself.
Jessimae, I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry, Jessimae.
Don't
freak out.
Your cock reference, honestly, is muddying the waters around Jessimae's butthole cones.
Yes.
Jessimae, I apologize. I'm very, very sorry. Please don't freak out.
Do you guys want to know something funny?
Butthole cone should be a shirt, Steve. Anyway, yes, Jessimae, what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something funny. This is totally
If it's a butthole cone, I'm signing off.
It's not a butthole cone, but it is a butthole candle. I made a candle that smells like my butthole.
Oh my God.
Brightness down. Turn your brightness down.
I didn't realize that Gwyneth Paltrow was our guest today. That's incredible.
Food to butthole. Where can people buy this?
It's right on my IG page. It's called Edu Butthole.
That's amazing. And
see, I love that you set this whole thing up.
That's a candle from a famous butt, because if you follow Jessimae on IG, this is a butt that people are all about. I mean,
I post the booty. I post the booty a lot.
Yeah,
It smells like vanilla and leather, just to be clear. Like, it doesn't smell like butthole.
Of course it does.
And leather?
Yeah.
From the
Had to be
whips.
honest.
You know what? I'm
My
starting
butthole's
to
sweet but aged.
I'm starting to develop a theory that maybe Jessimae's boyfriend is not building a house at all, and he's just leaving for several hours a day.
No, he's in the garage making butthole candles 12 hours a day. She's got
Yes, he is.
Because he's weak, so she can manipulate him. We figured this part out.
Right.
All right.
And he's essential.
I also would have thought that it would have smelled like soccer cones and wet cement, but I guess you've misled us.
I'm trying to show you what it looks like. but
Oh
it's
shit,
really
there it is.
Thumbs and fingers in it.
Thank you so much.
Wait, Jessimae.
Doesn't look like a butthole.
I don't know what you're doing,
Oh, that's
Jessimae.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a little bit better. Thanks, Steve. That's much better.
Wait.
Jay, you want to
All
show
right.
us your butthole after you've been on Two Broke Girls? What's your butthole look like after that experience?
Oh God, dude.
All right.
This is what my butthole looks like. I'm excited to tell everybody about my butthole. Okay, I got a lot of people are saying it's one of the best buttholes. I don't know if it's confirmed. A lot of people say it. A lot of people say it smells like sunshine and Big Macs. A lot of people have been saying that. Okay.
Trump
I
steaks.
think
I'm sure it
this
smells like Trump steaks. I'm imagining.
Yeah, a butthole. So,
Burnt and through the mail. Yeah.
yeah.
Somehow this is one of the higher brow conversations we've had on the show, sadly.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Jessimae, because I know Jessimae has to bounce. You have your Weeds Days live broadcast coming up soon, right? You have to prepare.
Yes. Yes, I do. I smoke weed and raise awareness for Alzheimer's. So we got to balance life.
Woo, love it. Love
I
it.
love that. Is that a little bit weird? That's a drug that makes you forget stuff? Is that not ideal?
It's very ironic. It's not lost on me at all, but there is some science to it alleviating some of the more physical manifestations that happen with them. But that is a very funny joke.
It's an unsafe sexathon for AIDS.
Oh, shit.
It's like a nice move.
What's that, Bauer?
It's like an unsafe sexathon for AIDS. I get it. It's fucking, but
Yes,
it's
it
ironic when it's
Yeah.
raising money. But the heart's in the right place. So Jessimae, can you plug where we can find you if you're going to leave? That sounds great. Where
You can find
you?
me on Instagram, my Sharp Tongue podcast. I'm on the web, and I'm in your closet.
I love it. I love it.
I
I'll
love
go
that.
with it.
Thank you so much. At Jessimae Peluso on all the socials. You're the best.
You guys, this is great. This is honestly one of the most fun, well-organized shows. So kudos.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
If you could just turn the lights off on Bauer's jacket, I could see what's happening for the rest of the.
Hey, Jessimae, but no, Bowers, that's how the rest of us are lit right now. If you take the jacket off, we'll all go dark.
No, we'll lose our signal. We'll lose our entire signal. The whole internet is run by this jacket. I don't know if you know
Wait,
that.
hold on, Bowers. Take the jacket off.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ordinarily, by the way, Bowers tells the guests, plug yourself instead of let's hear your plugs. And we've asked him to stop saying that. But this is the one episode it would have been great if he had just said, Jessimae, plug yourself.
What I'm saying
I
is,
didn't get that.
Yeah, I recommend a traffic cone. That might work.
Jesus. What I'm saying is, they give me notes. I fucking listen to the notes, and they yell at me for the notes. I can't win on this goddamn show. It's fine. Thank you,
Plug
Jessimae.
yourself.
I appreciate you. Plug yourself. Jay Hollingsworth, can you plug yourself? Because I know you got to leave. So Jay Hollingsworth, can you
Jessimae,
plug
thank
yourself?
you.
And then we'll
Thank
get
you,
to
guys.
Thank you so much, Jessimae.
Hey,
You look like
Jesse.
amazing. Thank
Bye.
you.
Jessimae.
Great job, Jay.
See you. Thank you. I'm at Big Irish J on everything. BigIrishJ.com. Big Irish J on all social media. Jay spelled out. And thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Everybody stay safe. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Big J
bye.
Iris. Big J Hollingsworth, everybody. Big J Iris.
Yeah. Total coincidence that those two had to leave at the same time. Total coincidence. Nothing weird going on.
Hear all that
Just saying.
butthole talk, and he's heading over there. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
He messaged me like, I got to go. All right, so we're going to go to our next comic. Are we ready for that? Can we do that? Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Woo.
It's a returning champion. She did so great last time. We're having her back. We love her. You've seen her on AGT and LA. She was one of LA's comics to watch by Time Out. Give it up for Katrina Davis, everybody. Katrina Davis.
Hi. Hi, love bugs. Hold on, my head wrapped crooked. I haven't looked in a mirror. Okay, cool. How is everyone? I'm so excited to be here again. I kind of had a weird week, and now here's the thing: is I'm also high, and you guys made me think of like so many things to say that are not what I plan to say. But I think I also feel weird because I've slept like maybe 15 hours in the past 4 days because I woke up on Friday at like 4 a.m. and just had this immediate thought that like because of Corona and everything, I was like, I bet land is super cheap right now. Don't know why I thought that. So I've been working on floor plans for a tiny home for like 15 hours.
Oh God!
Or is that a time? And I couldn't figure what was wrong with me. Oh wait, can you not hear me or something?
Yeah, you froze for just a second. We heard 15. So you're all right. It was you froze.
It's not the mic. It's the internet.
Oh, okay.
So
am
tiny
I like normal now?
Go. Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I've been building this tiny home. I thought I was losing my mind, but then yesterday I started my period, which normally wouldn't be relevant, but I think it was my brain's way of nesting. Like other women, chocolate, like other women crave chocolate, and I wanted to find sustainable housing for my offspring, and neither exist. And like, I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm pretty excited about the house. It's gonna be sick. It's all to scale. I can't wait to show you guys. It's like so real. But also working on these floor plans made me realize that a lot of people, like, this is a whole community of people that believe in tiny homes and sustainable living and like kind of minimizing your carbon footprint and all these different ways and stuff. But I'm making these floor plans and it's basically the apartment I'm in now. Like I basically built a sexy mobile home, one that I'm paying for right now. Like, so LA is paying to live in tiny homes is what I'm saying. I don't know how. Not really a joke yet. My apartment is very small. Everything that you don't see behind me is in front of you. There's no other place. This is pretty much it. I realized that my apartment, I haven't been wearing my contacts inside because I'm nearsighted and nothing in here is technically far away. Does that make sense to anyone? Like I forgot that I needed, like that I was visually impaired. Like I was inside for so long. And like I was inside for like 5 days and then I went outside just to like take out my trash, but I forgot that I hadn't been wearing my glasses and I thought I went blind. I was like, it's the end of days, but it was just God that I need to see more than like 12 feet. It's been fun, but I love this apartment actually. And this is the second apartment I've had since I moved to LA. My first apartment I got because an old lady died in it. And when I was signing my lease, like I went to go sign my lease and I've been looking for apartments like all day. I had like 4 more days to find an apartment before I like didn't know what I was going to do. And so I'm signing the lease and she leans in and just goes, okay, now before you sign this, I have to tell you that the last tenant passed away in the unit. And I just leaned in and went, is she still in there? Like, I don't care. I'm living here. It doesn't matter. I seriously don't care. But I have enjoyed the pandemic in a certain way in LA. I feel like it's probably this way in other cities that are bigger in terms of like watching. I get this is probably fucked up of me, but like the fun part of watching your friends break down. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen in mass quantities thousands of people that normally get the hole in their heart filled by strangers in bars all being forced into the reality of their own homes, but it's great. Like it was like musical chairs but with dicks. Like people were just scrambling around for the last place they were. Like I'm surprised people haven't just started drilling glory holes into their front doors at this point. Like I'm really proud of you guys for holding it together. Yeah, this has been great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Katrina Davis, of course. If you wanna tip, you can always do that. Top right corner of the screen is our Venmo. You could also PayPal laughfromhome.com, and as always, you can super chat. Two things. One, I love the idea that you stepped outside and you were like, "Why is my building so fuzzy?" Like that's amazing. But then also watching your set, I thought two things. One, hilarious, and the other, I should buy land. So
Right?
thanks for the tip. Yeah, let's see, because maybe someone died on it. That's possible.
Well, I mean, apartments are gonna be way more available in maybe 2 months. Yeah, you're right. The old lady died in the apartment. That's not a thing that's gonna. It's gonna happen a lot more. You got lots of options after this.
I was hinting at it. You really went straight for the fun. Okay, that was.
I mean,
while talking,
Antoinette...
I realized that I just got drunk. I'm sorry. I don't need to get drunk. I did shots as a joke, and I did too many, and now I'm fucking hammered, so I'm going to shut up for a while. Great set. It was really good.
Bowers.
I did five shots of whiskey in the last fucking 10 minutes. As part my feelings were hurt, and part I thought it was funny, and now I'm fucking hammered, so I apologize.
By the way, Bowers, I think it's so ridiculous that you would consume substances on this show. Who would do that? What irresponsible host would consume substances during a broadcast? That is horrible. Yeah. Holy shit.
Is that silly string or the stuff they spray into bowling shoes? I don't know which that is.
I think that's silly.
Yeah, don't
For a
swallow
second,
silly
I thought
string.
you were about to eat like cheese in a can, and then I was like, oh no, this is a Whip It joke, and then I'm like, I don't know which would be less classy. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm high.
I'm going to eat the silly string, so I'm going to clean that up real quick.
Yeah.
I'm high like Jesse, so I was like, I didn't know they still made that quantity. Like I was so confused.
By the way, I think the old lady might still be using your internet because that is slow as fuck.
It was great. Better set for the first
I
time.
think she's just Googling crochet patterns like crazy.
No, it just cuts out on her setups. Her punchlines were all great. The setups got a little choppy, so it was perfect. It was perfect for this.
Yeah.
It's like you were born for Zoom. Like the setups get choppy, and then the punchlines fucking deliver every time. It was great.
You know that's a good joke when you don't even need the setup. That is solid.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man.
Maybe just consider dropping the setup entirely if it works that good.
Yeah.
I'll type my setups in the chat later.
Thank you.
I'm imagining Katrina like on a regular stage like 3 months from now going, my mom's a whore. Whatever the punchline is. God damn it, I fucked that up. If I wasn't drunk, I'd have made a better punchline. I'd have remembered
By the way,
I'd have said it right. I fucked that up. I'm sorry.
Speaking of setups that don't make sense, thanks, Bowers. That was a perfect example.
I'm a premise comic. The premise was solid. I just didn't deliver on the fucking punchline.
That was a fantastic premise. You just be like, eat up. I don't even wear my glasses anymore outside.
Yes, that would have been perfect. If I'd have said that joke would have landed. You'd have carried me out on your shoulders. It would have been great, but I didn't do that part. My bad.
By the way, also, I just saw in the chat, shout out to Z Bunster, you're wearing one of the Martin Grant shirts. That's awesome.
Oh, I love
Thanks for doing that. That's really cool.
Very
And
cool.
one of the custom ones from Teespring. We only do them in 2 colors at the show, so it's very rare that I see a yellow one. It would have helped. It would have helped if I had one for my little guy here. That would have been better.
Perfect.
So yeah.
And I love that Z Buncher's also wearing the headset that Han Solo wore in Star Wars in the very beginning, where they're shooting down the fucking in the Millennium Falcon. That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to say that in order to do my part in trying to keep the show on time, we should go to our game.
No.
Thank you, Magic. We appreciate that.
Not there. We should get some tips for Katrina.
We should
first,
go to Super Chat. Yeah.
Then we should do the game. But good
Yeah,
call,
catch
man.
them on the chats. But yeah, thank you,
for putting
Magic.
me in my place, Bowers. I appreciate it. I don't take it personally. I instead think that was very helpful for the flow of the show and as we evolve as hosts.
Point taken. Sorry, I got so upset and drunk.
It's okay.
I love you, Bowers.
I'm also gonna have to decide which one of the little me's to listen to. Give the
Yeah, the devil on your shoulder is way too small, Steve. That's why you never have any fun.
It's no, that's the angel one. The one that looks more like me is the devil.
No, that's why you literally the little one going drink, fuck it. That's the little one's the devil. The big ones you go and be responsible, answer emails, fucking run the world. That's the big one.
Yeah, even my devil one is like, Steve, answer more emails. You haven't gotten to all your emails.
Bowers, I'm a talking ball. Eat me, Bowers. Lick me.
And let's get to the tips.
Good call, Rachel.
Rachel, how about some tips for Katrina Dave?
How about some? I think this is going to be the largest tip for a comic on the show yet.
Holy shit.
Total. So Z Bunster, Dana starting us out, $200 to Katrina.
No way!
Damn.
The buns.
Let me just say.
She sets the record with one fucking tip.
No. The record is just over 200. So, but we'll get there. And let me just say, it's clear that piloting the Millennium Falcon pays well. Like that is clearly a lucrative gig.
She's a smuggler. She made the Kessel run in under 12 seconds.
Thank you so much, Katrina. Seems emotional.
I don't have words for that. That's ridiculous. Thank you so much. That's ridiculous. I'm definitely gonna, I have to do something good with that.
If you did have words, they would get cut off anyway. I think that $200 is for you to upgrade your internet. Like I'm pretty sure that's what that was earmarked
Spectrum.
for.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I have a little house. House. I designed it 20 years ago, and it's not quite tiny. It's 700 square feet. And as soon as you said tiny house, I was like, done.
Which, by the way, Z Bunst, as a New Yorker, the idea that 700 square feet, I mean, that's a fucking mansion. That is a 3-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, if you had that in New York, 7 comics would live in your house. They would all have blanket walls like Tim McLaughlin, but they would
also just wanted to quickly do this new bit I've been working on. So my house is so tiny, and I'm designing another tiny house.
No.
Now, Bunst, if you could just make sure to not give him $200, we would all appreciate that.
All right.
By the way, there's a reason that all three of us, or actually all four of the folks on the show, are broadcasting from LA, and it's because if we were broadcasting from New York, we'd all be doing this in the same room, and that would be terrible for sound. So,
In Maine, you'd have 200 acres.
Yeah. And I would also live in Maine. So, look, there are pluses and minuses, everything. You got to balance the world.
I've always
move
said
to Maine, Steve. You'll have 200 acres if you move to Maine. Sorry, my devil.
Before I moved to LA, I always tell people the funny thing about visiting LA was that if you visited a friend that had a couch, you could stay on it. If you visit a friend in New York, someone pays rent to live on that couch. You're sleeping on the floor. There is no empty couches in New York anywhere. They all have a person who pays rent to live on that fucking couch.
Absolutely. Or as they call it, a duplex. So, Rachel, what do we got?
So we've got To the Rescue. Tipped $5 half for Katrina, loved her set, and then $5 half for Jay, also very cool set.
Yay!
We've got
nice.
Teely White tipped $2 as a Spectrum employee. We thank you. We've got Heather Scott donated twice. The first time was $50.
Nice.
Said, sometimes the things you don't plan to say are the best things, and this is one of those times. You're my favorite. I love your house plans.
Oh my God. Nice.
I love you. I'll send him pictures to you later. Me and Heather are like friends for realsies. Oh, you guys.
Awesome.
And then she tipped another $5 and said, for Katrina, my closet rod has "I will kill again" scratched into it. Found it when I first moved in, but so far so good.
Oh my God. Why do I fuck with Heather? 100%. That's why I fuck with Heather, because of stuff like that. What?
That is amazing.
We all need to go scratch that into our closet rods right now, just so the next tenant fucking has seats. That's hilarious.
That's what we can do for your sentence at the beginning, Bowers. It's what would you carve into your closet for the next tenant?
By the way, I was also wrong.
That sounds like a great overnight game. Actually, that sounds like a great overnight game. The fans are in charge of that. We'll see what they do. But that's fucking awesome. What would you carve into your closet for the next tenant is hilarious. Nice work.
So, by the way, just a heads up, I was wrong. The previous record on the show for a comic was $198.35. So let's see how far past
we got a new record. Love that.
Yeah, how far we blow past that. That's amazing.
Well, to add to it, Zara tipped $50 and said, Katrina, sending you love from me and my girls down under.
Holy
nice.
shit.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow. Nice work, Zara. I love you.
Then we've got Lena tipped $5. Katrina, you're amazing. I love your comedy. We've got Dun Talk tipped $5 for Katrina. This will help buy some tiny artwork that looks far away. We've got Lindsay Venmoed $10 and said for Katrina. Kristen Venmoed $20 and said, Katrina, I'm gonna be buying land when everyone's done with the Rona.
Yeah, nice. Those are my friends. Lindsay, I went to high school with Lindsay and I stayed the night at her house one time and came home before her and was in her driveway and her dad came out and I was like, oh, hi. And then he had a shotgun in his hand because he didn't know he was in his driveway. But then he saw it was me. So like, I love my friends so much.
I once stayed at a buddy's house in college, like in the summer overnight or whatever. And then he had to go to work. So I was like in the basement. I woke up at like 11 and I heard him upstairs making lunch. I'm like, I'm going to scare him. And so when he came downstairs, I jumped out of the closet like, rah! And it was this like 68-year-old mother. And she was like, oh! And I thought I killed her. No. And that was the worst thing I ever had.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
And then after that happened, people had to tell future renters that someone died there.
Yeah.
We also had Ben Garver tipped Katrina $5. Katrina killed. And then we had a general super chat from Music Mix and said, Steve, after quarantine, when is the next time you're coming to Ontario?
After quarantine. So I don't know. I truly do not know.
That comment was literally a Jeopardy question and answer. After quarantine, when is the next time Steve is coming to Ontario?
Yeah. I got someone on my Instagram the other day that was like, it'd be nice if you could come to New Jersey. I'm like, it'd be nice if I could go to the supermarket. Like, hold off on New Jersey for a second. Like, let's one thing at a time here.
Steve, unfortunately, we do prefer you don't go to the supermarket. We need to clear space for the essential workers to build Bel Air mansions.
Yes, understandable. Yeah, that guy is only living in 4,000 square feet right now, so it's essential that he increases.
That's literally happening during
his big pictures look like tiny pictures. It's unfortunate.
You know how many tiny homes he could be building on that lot? Don't even get me started.
Some people
you just stack them.
Some people have asked me why it is that I also want to live in a tiny home, or at least own one. And obviously the reason for that is I need a place to store my hands.
See, I want to live in a tiny home so my penis looks bigger, but maybe that's just me. I figure in a tiny home it'll look huge. No.
By the way, Ben, those hands look like regular size. Just a heads up.
Howard, if you lived in a tiny home, your penis would look passable. I do think that's not a bad plan.
That's the thing. I could fuck a woman in the kitchen and the living room at the same time, and that would make me feel better about myself. I'm pretty sure.
Or as the realtor would call it, the kitchen room. All right, let's. What else we got, Rich?
We're caught up, so we're ready to do the game.
Let's do the game. Let's do the game. Do the game. Do the game.
Anybody in our live audience, please raise your hand if you want to be called on. In the meantime, I will read some of the unpaid entries. So we've got Shell Adams starting us off with Anne Frankenbeans.
That's like it's also like the canned goods that you keep, in the pantry for a very long time. So they hold for a couple years, but eventually,
Oh my God.
Wait. You've seen Frankenbeans in a can, Steve? Because I would buy the shit out of that. That's not a real thing, is it?
That is absolutely a real thing. But I mean, mine was a Holocaust joke, just a heads up. But yeah, totally. If Bowers wants to figure out what to buy.
Oh my God. I mean, telling Bowers that there are Frankenbeans in a can is as emotional a moment as Z Bunster tipping Katrina $200.
Yeah, that was about the same.
You're not kidding. Holy shit. That's amazing.
All right. Live audience. I think Kristen had her hand up. Kristen, do you wanna go?
Now, are these paid? The audience was
I
paid?
am drinking and completely forgot what I was going to say.
Fair. Okay.
Welcome to my world, Kristen, from the audience.
Surprise, surprise. That's my friend.
Okay, well, the last unpaid entry is from John Duggan. Donald J. Turnip, if only he was in a vegetative state.
Oh, shit. Boom.
And he fell off a truck yesterday, so that works perfectly.
Trump fell off a truck?
No,
I'm saying a turnip truck. I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday.
Oh.
It's a fucking saying that.
That's a saying? Where are you? You're from Indiana. That's why.
It's a Gentile saying. You guys wouldn't get it. It's a thing. It's a thing that white non-Jews say. Mean? It's about turnips. I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday means I'm not an idiot. I don't know why it involves turnips. It's just a thing we say.
But ironically, that is typically said by people who may as well have fallen off the turnip truck yesterday. So that is.
And also,
you're right. I am dumb. That was Steve.
No, not you.
I'm sorry.
Not you were
I'm
referencing it.
To it. No, this is the show. I take offense to everything, and I'm going to take offense to that. So, fuck you, Steve. No, I'm kidding. I am super drunk. I've had like 8 shots now. I keep drinking. I don't know what's going on. I am hammered.
Stop, Bowers.
Look into my eyes right now. Bowers.
And more of the game.
Hold on. Look into my eyes right now. Bowers.
Yes.
Franks and beans come in a can.
Well.
Okay, cool. We did it.
Can I just say
I started this bottle when you guys made fun of me, and I'm there now. So fucking I am hammered. So
it's unfortunate. We are gonna stop making fun of you because we don't want you to die, Bowers. So let me just say it's all in good fun, and we love you. And you might want to get into a 12-step program, and by that I mean a workout program. Just try at least 12 steps a day. 12 steps in a day.
I'm so fat. I got a 12-step program. That means I walk the hallways. That's fucking awesome, man. I love it. That's hilarious. Can I take that as an actual joke in my stand-up act? Because I'm freaking out about May 10th. I don't think I have enough. I just released an album, and I can do 40 minutes, and I want it to be new, and I'm freaking out right now. So I'm going to take your 12-step joke and make that a stand-up joke. I'm writing it down right now.
Absolutely. If you promise to stop drinking the rest of the day, you can take that joke, Bowers.
Yeah, if anybody, that serves as a wonderful plug for Bowers' show coming up that he apparently is writing by using Ben's jokes on this show. So if y'all want to get tickets to that.
Bowers is concerned about people hearing the same jokes twice from him. So instead, viewers of this show will be tuning into his hour special and hearing my jokes. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm going to take that concept and make it into an 11-minute joke, but that the premise, the seed of it was you, and I'm going to give you just like YOLO Solo. Did I make it better and make it a T-shirt? Of course I did. But the idea was your idea.
That's I want you to have it. You don't have to credit me. And let me just say, that I don't think 11 minutes is necessarily the length that should be. Maybe a minute and a half, but you do.
Well, I'm going to get winded halfway through the joke. So a lot of it just me put my hands around going, and then I start the rest of it. So, there's some performance about that. Anyway, Rachel, can we go back to the game? I'm sorry.
We've got Zara sent in $50 and said, for Bowers, your next bottle's on me because I'm chaotic neutral.
Nice.
Yeah. D&D reference, baby. Chaotic neutral. I love it.
D20.
Love it.
And then we also had 2 more tips for Katrina come in. Brian Fox, $5, and Tiffany Kane, $10. Katrina, you're genuinely talented. I loved your set.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
I love
By
it
the way,
so much.
every comic on the show from now on is going to have their internet cut out because they're going to be like, that's the way to do it. That's the way to get the tips, right?
It's the key, baby. They pity you.
Bad internet. Yeah. Tiny house. That's the ingredients.
While you guys are talking about loving the D, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that I also love the D. Detroit, you guys. I love Detroit. I'm a big fan of New York City. Well, I've got playing cards.
Are those Detroit playing cards? Do you have playing cards from a city? Jesus Christ, that's insane.
He does. And also, by the way, if I could just add that this show today is brought to you by Jamie Kennedy's Franks and Beans. Franks and Beans in a can. If you're going to have Franks and Beans in a can, make sure to have Jamie Kennedy's Franks and Beans in a can.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God!
I've been working on it. I've been working on that for like 10 minutes, guys. Barely paying attention to the show. I've just been.
I can't tell if this show got funnier because we got funnier. Or I just got drunk, but I'm having a great time now.
Oh my God!
That was awesome. Also, our show is also brought to you by the Detroit Elevated Train, which is not what you think it is. It's actually when Bowers gets high and fucks 2 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ben, you ever get real drunk and pull a Detroit elevated train? What a move.
Not, my friend. I'm sorry to say.
Well, considering I'm quarantined by myself, if I'm gonna have a threesome, it's gonna be with these 2. So those are my options.
Right, Rachel, do we have more contests?
Yes, we do.
All right.
So we've got Thumper Loomis, Jimmy Johnson, and McFondles.
So like Jimmy John's. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We
have
got
McFondles.
Historical figure per se.
Yeah. No, I mean Jimmy Johnson is a historical figure in that he's in the present right now. What?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Jeremy Day. Let's get through at least a couple.
Jeremy Day. He's got some good shit. I like this guy.
All right.
A big Plato Wings.
Nice. Plato Wings. By the way, one of my favorite chicken places, Plato Wings. It's a great.
Oh my goodness.
We've got Thumper Loomis. She said cucumbers, food or fellatio.
All right.
That's
a
dildo joke. She's sucking on cucumbers. That's a fucking solid move.
All right, Bowers. We've got Heather Scott.
Thank you for
Rachel's. I know I'm drunk when Rachel's calling me out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. When Rachel's had enough of me, then I know I'm done. Okay.
Not enough. You just comment after everyone.
Like
we
Steve?
have
okay, my bad. We can't have 2 Steves. My bad.
I disagree. We can totally have 2 Steves. Sorry, go ahead.
Taylor, can you mute them all, please? We've got Heather Scott, Fig Isaac Newton.
Ooh, I like it.
We have Hudson in Florida, Teddy Grahams Roosevelt.
Nice.
Adorable.
We've got Heather Scott, John Olivier Pasta. I definitely didn't pronounce that right. It's not John Oliver Pasta.
I think that she's making that kind of pasta with a pun with Oliver. You know what? It didn't get you. We'll move on. It's cool.
It didn't. Okay. Dave Adler, Ben Franklin Beans.
Nice.
We've got
This show brought to you, by the way, by no. Go ahead.
Jeremy Day, Muhammad Ali You Can Eat Buffet.
Oh shit! That's over on the highway, right next to the Play-Doh Wings, right? In that same strip mall.
My God.
We've got Heather Scott, Spotted Dick Van Dyke.
Nice.
We've got Elizabeth Ann Rosalind Franklin Furter.
Nice.
Heather Scott, Lucille Popcorn Ball.
Nice.
Heather Scott, Will Wheaton Thins.
Nice.
I like that one.
Frank Notaro, Osama Bin Soup Laden.
Nice.
You guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but Osama bin Laden is dead.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if you knew that.
Do you know that Osama bin Laden did not host Street Smarts, by the way?
I did know that. That I did know, yes. Yes, I did.
By the way, Ben, I love that misdirect. That's the best misdirect in the history of misdirects. You've been setting us for Frank Notaro for fucking 6 weeks.
Yes,
and then you make the joke. Oh, God, that was great. That was fucking brilliant. God damn it. So thank you.
By the way,
Sorry,
Drunk
Rachel.
Bowers is super complimentary, but also explains what's happening to us while we're doing
still.
it.
My brain
That
felt like
is-
I was going to hear another Street Smarts joke, and then we took camera 2. And then what happened when we took camera 2, I realized it was a misdirection, and instead it was a Bin Laden joke, and I'd give it a comedy 8 out of 10.
All right, I'm gonna make look. This is a drunk Bowers confession. But here's what I'll tell you. What I realized is that I don't never know why people didn't like me, and people haven't liked me. But I think I figured it out in the last 6 weeks. I over-explain shit, and then I sound like a dick. And I'm trying to work on it. And I'm sorry, but I did it right there. And I'm know that it's one of the things I'm working on. Anyway, move on, Rachel. Sorry.
By the way, Bowers, that was genius right there. 'Cause that was the one way you could like make us feel bad about it. Almost. Meanwhile,
I'm being serious.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here
I know I over-explain shit, and I'm trying to work on it, and I'm sorry. And my bad. Okay,
Bowers. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here just be like, it doesn't matter. Do more jokes at his expense. It's funny. If he's upset, okay, it's worth the laughs.
Yes, and I mean, literally posted. I did feel bad until I remembered. I literally posted a clip from my podcast on my Instagram like a week ago, where you explain that the way you deal with hecklers is you make them feel bad and you take away their power that way. So that's some bullshit you just pulled. I'm for it. Historical figures, Crispy Bowers.
All right, what do we got?
We've got Dave Eisner, Bruce Stringbean.
Nice, solid.
We have Heather Scott, Perry Mason jars of jam.
Nice.
We've got Duntalk.
But it's fine.
We've got Duntalk, Kofi A. Nan.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. Yay!
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good.
That's good.
We have Jen Winklepleck, Abra Honey Baked Ham Lincoln.
Nice.
Heather Scott for Jeremy Day, Desmond Tofu or Hot Choco Chanel.
Hot cocoa.
Wait. Coco Chanel. Not
damn it,
Choco.
yeah. I was reading too quick.
Hey, I was trying
Choco?
to turn over a new leaf. I was letting the Angel Steve win, and I was like, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Trying to let it go. We're partners in mini cow dogs. I was trying to help, but
That seemed like a Freudian slip that you thought it was Choco, but whatever, Rachel. I don't know.
all right, what else
We've
we got?
got Heather Scott for Razor, Alicia Key Lime Pie.
Nice.
Okay.
We have To the Rescue, Scrumptious Lady Elaine Fingers. Lady Fingers are cookies. Lady Elaine is from Miss Rogers. I got something in my eyeball. Well, that's good. Last one. To the rescue. Kevin Bacon warm to 6 degrees.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right. What do we got? Who's the winner here? Katrina, what's your vote?
Oh, I mean, I have to go based off reaction alone. I got to go non.
Yeah, Kofi Annan was a really solid
that
one.
was just going with my heart, but there were so many good ones. Also, wait, so could you do like chicken Diane Keaton? I was trying to figure out what it was like half the time. Cool. Okay, cool. I was just trying to come up with some the whole time. Cool. But no, definitely non.
Nice. All right. What do you got, Bowers?
I liked Play-Doh of Wings. I liked Fig Eisendutin. I liked Muhammad Ali You Can Eat Buffet, and Will Wheaton Thins. But I'm gonna go with Muhammad Ali You Can Eat Buffet. I like that one. That's my favorite.
All right. We got one. We got one for the buffet, where he only gets the mashed potatoes. So perfect.
I know when he said that, I imagined the buffet just vibrating and it being really hard to grab a plate, but I didn't say it because was trying not to be a monster. But
Hey, at a Muhammad Ali all you can eat buffet, the mashed potatoes are the easiest thing to eat because no matter how shaky you are, it doesn't matter. Listen, okay, Ben.
I also loved that joke, Bowers, and please put down the bottle.
By the way, I just want to point out that Ben Glebe, who was encouraging me to smoke as much as possible, is discouraging Bowers to drink right now. That's when we know he's serious. So.
Very true. I loved a lot of our entries today. Nobody entered what I was hoping for. Nobody suggested Fidel Castro. Or
oh my God.
Mao Zeddonuts. Or
I was gonna go with Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong, not bad. Nobody suggested Che Guevara.
You know that shirt would sell so fucking well with hipsters.
Oh my
Holy
God,
shit.
it would.
Oh my
Replace his head
God.
with the guava. Replace his head with the guava. Just write Che Guevara.
Yeah.
That would be available
100%.
on our store for sale tomorrow, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve,
Someone who doesn't know what either of those things are would lose their minds. They'd be so excited.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I also thought of, pardon me.
Bless you.
I swear to God, I thought an old lady was going to come out of your hand when you did that. I thought that was a bit. I thought you were gonna... I swear to God.
Oh my God, how did that happen?
I didn't know it was a real sneeze. I thought that was a fake sneeze. They were going to fucking pull some out of your nose. It was a real sneeze. I
I'm just glad we got to see it on HD finally.
Nobody suggested Colonel Bernie Sanders 1% fat free. Nobody suggested George W. Bush's baked beans.
Which, by the way, Bowers, come in a can.
Come in the can, brother.
I'm not a fan of the beans. If there's not hot dogs, I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. I don't do beans without the Franks. It's Franks and beans or nothing, motherfuckers. That's how we roll.
Bowers likes a hot dog in the streets and a hot dog in the sheets.
I am so hammered right now. Holy shit. Yes.
The vote goes to Kofi Annan. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Yeah, two votes for Kofi Annan. Rachel, what's your vote?
I really love the Muhammad Ali You Can Eat buffet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
so
Queen
it's a
Rachel. Here we
tie.
go. It's up to Steve. Here it comes.
It's a tie. All right. Well, I mean, look, I have to listen to my advisors. It's very important that I listen to my advisors.
I love that both of
devil.
your advisors are you. I love that both of your advisors are you.
Of course they are.
That's the most
What am I
on-brand
gonna-
thing of all time. No, that's the most on-brand thing of all time. Like, I've listened to me twice, and here's what I've decided.
What, am I going to listen to you fuckers? Of course I'm going to listen to me. Oh,
By you fuckers, you mean the whole world that's not Steve Hopsitter. But I get it. I love it.
yeah. That's what you means. It's the royal y'all. So
There's never been a royal y'all ever, but I get the point.
I think the Tiger King probably said it. Does that count?
Oh my God, I forgot about Tiger King. That's the royal y'all. It's the first and last one.
So that said,
last of my name, Tiger King. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the devil me wants to pick one that has not been chosen yet to leave this fucking game in a tie.
Yes.
Because Play-Doh Wings was really fucking good, and also what a perfect name for like a pretentious wing place like near Harvard. Like that would be perfect. Like a right off campus place. That'd be amazing. But Angel Me.
And you know there'd still be some douchebags going, can I get it not on a plate? Can you put it in a basket? I don't like plates.
Yeah.
God damn it. No, that wasn't worth it. Stop it.
I'm just moving on. Forget your soft confession. I'm moving on. Okay. So.
That wasn't funny, but it was short. So that's good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Same way about a couple of comedians I've met. But that said, my choice, Play-Doh Wings, was a close second, but I gotta go with Kofi Annan. That is brilliant. Yes. It is awesome. I love it. That's the winner right there.
I gotta admit, I didn't get either part of that joke. I didn't understand the historical figure or the food, but hey,
the food is of a different culture, and so is the historical figure. So that makes sense.
As a white guy from Indiana, I didn't get either part of that joke.
Kofi Annan, it's Bowers Che Guevara.
Oh my goodness.
No, I know that Kofi Annan's a person. I don't know what the fucking food is. What's the food?
Secretary General of the United Nations.
I know, I get that part. What's the food part?
Naan is kind of bread.
Yes, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It's like a spongy bread, commonly in Ethiopian
keto.
food.
I don't need any bread. Well, that's not true, but
yeah. That's also what Bowers says when someone asks him to eat a vegetable. He's just like, naan.
My favorite statement maybe in the history of this show was Bowers right there when he literally just said, I'm on keto. I don't eat bread. That's not true.
The Bowers on one shoulder wearing a blue tuxedo jacket as he eats bread, and the Bowers on the other shoulder wearing a red tuxedo jacket that has a built-in lining says that he should. So
it's a pocket square, but yes, that's cool.
It's a pocket square. All right, we're gonna wrap this fucker up. You guys were awesome. Rachel, did we get any last-minute super chats?
No, we're good. We're caught up.
All right, we're caught up. Everybody, y'all were awesome. Love us some front row. We're going to say goodnight to the front row right now. So once again, you guys were wonderful. The legend, the Bunst. We've got Zara, we've got Jessica, we've got Kristen, Lena, Lindsay, Tiffany. Thank you all. And Tony, thank you all for joining us in the front row. We love you as always. We're happy to see y'all every single time. And I meant that was like the actual y'all, not like that was the specific y'all. And so with that, let's say goodbye. We'll turn some cameras off, and then we also it's time to say goodbye to the comic that was able to make it with us the entire show. Although in fairness, she was only here for 20 minutes of working internet. But she stayed with us the entire show.
And now, the actual returning champion. She's now the fucking leader in the clubhouse.
Yep, took the title from Mary Santora, Katrina Davis. I almost called her Christina Davis. I don't know why. Katrina Davis just took the title of the most tipped comedian on the show, and she's going to use that money to build her essential tiny home. So, Katrina, what are your plugs?
Thank you guys so much. You can follow me at Katrina Savad. It's just Davis backwards, but it's Sivad. And then my Katrina makes fun of me for. And it's everywhere. All of my stuff is the same thing. So my Instagram, my website, everything. And thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're hoping that the walls of your tiny home will be better for an internet signal. So with that, Rachel, thanks for joining us as always. We appreciate you being here.
Always
even though
a
you stole my
pleasure.
dog.
Yay,
Which, by the
Rachel.
way,
Thank you.
someone's confession for you in the overnight game was that you stole Milton. So you're not on Twitter, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, she's not on Twitter, but she is on Insta.
Rock hard Rachel.
So yeah, so we can't follow you on Twitter, but she's on Instagram as Rock Hard Rachel. And so with that, have a good night, Rachel.
Bye.
And Bowers, this is, let me say, I hope that you get some sleep after this one, because you are wasted.
I'm not sure I'm going to sleep for a while. I have like half a bottle of Jameson left to drink, and I'm going to fucking drink that, I think, is the plan. And then...
Oh, my God.
Like,
Shit.
we're still... Look, I'm in the Zoom meeting, and I was just going who was spotlighted. It wasn't me, so I flipped. God damn it. It's still not me. All right, look, I'm going to drink this brothers... I'm fucking hammered. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I was dumb early and then drunk late, and this is
You
my
weren't
worst show,
dumb.
I
We
think.
love you. We
No,
love you,
I
Bowers.
was. No, by the way, here's the thing. I only get pissed when you're right. Right? Like, you were right. I asked a terrible question, Jessimae Peluso. I did not have my best show. Like, I don't care if we lose. I just want it to be my fault. And it was my fault early today. And that's why I was upset. I wasn't upset at you guys. Yeah, call me out when I'm being an idiot. I just don't like being an idiot, and it's gonna hurt my feelings for a minute, and then I'm over it. And again, no, I want you guys to fucking make me better. Anyway, and I am really drunk, so I apologize.
Bowers,
I want to remind Bowers we are still live. This is not the post-show meeting.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Holy shit, Ben. That was exactly what I was going to say. But,
yeah, but I think,
no, Bowers.
I think the people love the truth of this show. The truth is we actually are who we are, and that's fucking great. And again, I was bad early. I thought I was okay late, and I'm happy to be here. And I love you guys for letting me be part of this, and I hope I don't get fired. And anyway, have a great night, everybody. I had fun, and I'll see you. We don't have a show tomorrow, right? Perfect.
Correct. You'll be able to sleep through that
all
day,
and then
we'll
Friday,
be good.
I'll be fucking excited and ready to go in a cool jacket, and I'm fucking...
This is...
Good night, Bowers.
Good night, Bowers. We're going to check on you every half hour, if that's cool.
Yep.
We love him very much. And I guess I'll just say real quick, no, nothing on that. I thought that was real slick. You know what? Because Bowers is usually the laugher, and he was knee deep in a bottle of Jameson, so it was hard for him to pay attention there. No, for real. We love you guys as always. You're awesome. The viewers are what make this show, and I know that we rag on each other a lot, but none of us mean it. And the devil is not even on my shoulder now. I put him out of frame. He was only here to compete with Ben's figurine collection because I'm quite jealous. It's very impressive. We haven't even seen Ernie. I mean, we see him, but he hasn't even done anything on the show yet.
No, that's true.
No, Ernie is just watching. Ernie is also in the front row. But for real, you guys were wonderful. We love you, and we'll see you again in 2 days. Bye.
Yes. Good night, Steve. Thank you all for being with us. I'm seeing a lot of love pour out for Bowers in the comments. I've never had the comments up during the show before. So I don't know if that's a first or if that often happens. But I think that Bowers' word really rang true, that what people love so much is the realness of us on this show, and it makes me question whether I should tone back the use of props, because that is not real me at all. So I just wanted to say thank you. May 2nd, I'm doing my own show at Nowhere Comedy Club. You can get tickets at the.com right there. You can check out my game show Idiot Test, which is on Netflix right now. That's a prop. Shit. You can check out my website, glebe.com. We got balls, so you can check that out. And just let me just tell you, I just want to leave you with this pondering to wonder for the rest of your day, and until we see you again on Friday, whenever the fuck it is. I'm becoming Bowers. Gosh damn it. Let me just say, I enjoy you. And is it really YOLO solo when you live with 12 vintage ladies? I don't know. Good night, everybody.
What's
Night,
the
everybody.
box?